Honestly, I see them as this big business that's doing so much stuff. They have a lot of talent that's representing them and going off to do big things on TV and movies and in the music industry, and you know, having a lot of people that are doing well for themselves in CPT. CPT is something that is really unique in Bristol, to be honest with you. Like I said, there's not a lot of places that do what CPT does. And for me, CPT is just somewhere that someone can go to if they need kind of support into getting into the industry, if they need guidance to start a business, if they need guidance into kind of like understanding where they might fit in terms of creativity and that kind of career path. Myself, since working with CPT, I've had so many good opportunities and you know, ventures into the industry that I would definitely not have had if I wasn't working alongside them.
We use Kumba, this facility, to teach kids Monday and Friday how to dance, and it's just any sort of dance. And with CPT, they were helping us start to create an advert for our specific, what's called, like dance group. And we actually have been able to get, through them being able to kind of promote us in a way, to like word of mouth or just speaking about it, the local community has actually asked us to do music videos. So we've done quite a few music videos for the locals in St. Paul's and Bristol currently at the moment. So I would say CPT is quite really good for the word of mouth at the moment because things are progressing. So yeah, it's going good. Integrity, diversity. I would say that as a main strike of CPT, diversity, and passion. I think having others around you that actually push you to do what you do and keep on your toes, and having that ringing voice in your ear, like that pushes you to keep going. And I think CPT and everyone that's been part of the journey with me and CPT at the moment, I'm ready for like even more. Like they make me hungry for finding more passion and finding more things, knowing that there's possibilities to do different things, like different resources you can use. It has opened my eyes up as well to things I didn't even know was in my own city. And I feel like a lot of the youth don't really get told these things. And now that I'm part of it, I'm able to kind of like pick where I want to go with my life, sort of thing. Because now I'm open to what cities offer, not even just Bristol, because I know that there's the expansion that could be possible, and it's just the, I don't know, it's the urge, it's the drive that the company gives me, which excites me for future things. Yeah.
Take the chance. I wanted to write a book for about 7 years, and what I wanted to do is write all my poetry for mental health and publish it. And I kept trying, and it's like some people never got time for you. You know, you ask them, they're like, yeah, I can help you. And then you don't hear from them again. You set up like to meet people and it just doesn't happen. Everyone's just so busy. But it's just finding the right person who's got time for you.
My name is Amari Kato. I'm the founder of Creative Powertown and Powertown. And I am also the managing director. The company was kind of born from the struggles that I've had when I was young, coming from a kind of hard background in terms of being introduced to street life and being groomed, and being dyslexic as well, growing up through school, not kind of thinking, you know, if I can't read or write, I'm not going to be able to get a job like most normal people will be able to get a job. And then I got introduced into filmmaking and music, and then it started to teach me about me having value and actually the creative side of myself. The name came from is actually literally us changing the letters of our last names to fit the meaning of the mission that we're trying to achieve with the business. And then, yeah, somebody took house, so we said, all right, cool, we're the town, forget the house. CPT's mission now and ongoing is to create a positive creative culture in Bristol and in the southwest of England to start with. And then we're looking at people with the passions of music, drama, fashion, dance, podcast, photography, all of the in front of the camera, behind the camera, and in front of the mic and behind the mic, in terms of industries for young people and for the older community as well. So our main thing is to introduce up and coming creatives into the industry and actually teaching them the business so they know what they have to do in terms of building their portfolio, bringing talent scouts to Bristol. So we intend, and we are forming now quite nicely as the hub for Bristol and the Southwest now. For now, we're also going to be doing some events that's going to be coming up, and the expansion of CPT is going to be wonderful. So as most of you know, we're one of the Super Six chosen by Bristol City Council. So we are currently working with them and waiting for them to find us a site, so we can actually have a bigger site, so we can make the town that we're calling Creative Power Town and Power Town CIC.
I already kind of decided, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have my own dance studio and things. But honestly, I didn't really have enough knowledge. I didn't really have enough confidence to know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So CPT definitely helped with that. There was a lot of meetings that we had where they would tell me what it is exactly I needed to do before I can actually get to the stage I wanted to be. Because I think the biggest thing for me when starting up a whole new dance studio is, where am I going to find the dancers? And where do I start? So CPT had given me, actually they gave me like a lot of contacts actually that I could speak to. And I've actually had a few like link ups with them, and they've spoken to me and just given me that knowledge. So yeah, it's like I definitely don't think I would have got to where I am now without CPT really. For me.
There's a common understanding in a sense where like everyone is kind of valued for who they are. There's not any sort of, you're not seen as somebody who's new to the industry maybe, or somebody who's inexperienced. Everyone kind of has a potential and a chance here, and they're quite welcoming, if that makes sense. So for myself, like I've been involved with Omari and Charlene from quite early on, I'd say, and same for Haroon and Keanu. It's just there's a sense of understanding here and respect, which I like about it. So yeah, that's what I would say was quite inviting and quite welcoming on that side. So for myself, Omari is he's a dreamer in the sense where like he's had a dream from a very young age of bringing everyone together and to create something that is a legacy that's going to be left behind for generations after myself, himself, and everyone else really. And he's somebody that's very ambitious. He's brought a lot of people together. Like this whole place that we're sat in right now, it wouldn't have been if he didn't make that effort and didn't have that dream. Like I was saying, also just probably relates back to what we're doing. We got a dream, we're trying to do it. He's very motivational, and he networks with anyone and everyone, which opens up the craziest of doors really. So it's like he's somebody who's had a dream, who's executed it and followed through with it. So that's what I would say. So I'd say that it's definitely an inspirational individual that can allow anyone to dream as big as they want and will try and push you to get to that point.
It took a while for me to just figure out what I wanted to do. I'm still figuring it out, but if I have an idea, I pretty much just write it down and just start working towards it. Like, I think that's my board there, that's my whiteboard. So a friend of mine, Daniela, she just recommended getting a whiteboard and just start writing stuff down. And then when you see it, it's very weird because sometimes you think it might not, you think it's a very small thing, just writing it down and then seeing it in the morning, and seeing the targets that you need to meet that day or the next couple of weeks. Like even this week, I had a lot that I had to do for the event yesterday. So going through it, I wrote everything I need to do down. So every time I wake up, I just see it and I've got work to do. So just writing it down and just getting at it really.
I think the biggest part, I didn't know about the solution, but obviously this is a multi-layer issue, so it's not one hat to fit all. But I think the main thing is that people have ownership. You know, it's like education and ownership. I think once we give back to the people in the community, leadership, this is where I think it's that first step. You know what I mean? Ownership, taking responsibility, accountability within the community. And obviously those unique relationships, creating those quality relationships with that trust. Because I think in Bristol now, community is kind of breaking up. I mean, gentrification is having a massive effect within the essence of the community, where we don't really see the people pulling together as much as we did as myself growing up. The backlashes of negative behaviour, where we was looking on like, how can we challenge this? And I'm looking, and I say, us as Marian, a young person, taking that conflict resolution approach, learning how to deal with conflict resolution, not just pulling it out, but learning it within yourself internally, applying that to your life, and understand that that can work in certain aspects. You know what I mean? Obviously, human beings are messy. We're not going to learn something and try it and then bam, it's perfect. But we try and do it over and over again, and understanding how the mind works, how your personal mind works, how the triggers, your emotion, what's going on emotionally, what's going on mentally. I think that's something what was passed down to Amari. I mean, to learn how to control yourself, to create discipline for yourself, and knowing who you are. You know what I mean? Identifying who you are, and how, and just learning how to conduct yourself in the best way you can. It's something different you see again, because the different lenses you're wearing, and I think CPT is creating those different lenses for young people to see things in a different angle. You know what I mean? And I think that's great. That is definitely what's needed.